And if you haven't started to think about how you might get around in the event of a TTC strike, you might want to start planning for that.
Yeah, looking at Friday morning right now, CB24's Courtney Heels following the talks and potential fallout this morning live at the Christie and Bloor TTC stop, where, of course, Courtney, a lot of people are thinking, will I ride today, tomorrow, and then what do I do Friday?
Yeah, this is definitely top of mind for people who rely on TTC to get around. And there are a lot of people who rely on the TTC, for example, maybe taking the subway, taking the bus, taking both when it comes to getting to work and school. So many say they're watching these negotiations very, very closely. We, of course, also following the latest reaction to that. We are live, Chopper 24, over Leslie Station, I believe, this morning. So the latest that we have, these two sides are still talking. That means ATU, Local 113, that is the union representing close to 12,000 TTC workers, and their employer, they're still talking, but the latest from the union is saying they're not making progress at the table, and the message to transit riders, make plans for Friday because they could be walking off the job. We are talking to transit riders this morning. Here's what they have to say about plans and how this will impact them. What would you do if there's no bus or subway?
Then I take Uber.
Yeah. Will that get expensive?
It is.
Yeah. Were you worried?
Yes, because I get to work by bus and by TTC.
So you rely on it every day?
Yes.
Yeah. What will you do if there is no service on Friday if they strike?
Oh, I will ask someone to drive me to work.
If there was a strike Friday, if you didn't have the subway, the bus, any transit, how will it affect you?
Yeah, that'd be so bad. I guess I'd do Uber then, right? Or taxi. That's my only way out there.
Now, speaking of taxi, we've reached out to Beck Taxi this morning to see what their plans are for Friday. They're telling us they're going to be operating at full capacity in order to do what they can for those who need to travel. They'll try to maintain service levels, also saying they can't guarantee any wait times on that. We can also tell you we've reached out to Uber because people also telling me they'll be looking at different options here. Uber says they will be capping surge pricing, also offer incentives for drivers to increase availability, and they'll be recommending riders use a group ride feature. So it certainly sounds like a lot of these different companies and organizations that people rely on to get around other than the TTC, Nick. Well, it sounds like they're making plans. And we've also reached out to Metrolinx. We've also reached out to Bike Share Toronto because many people might say, okay, well, I guess I'll be biking into work or taking the bike into school. So we'll continue to get reaction. And of course, we're waiting to see what the update is going to be from the union and from the TTC to see how the talks are going. The union saying, at least at last check, they're not making that progress they want to see at the table. Big issues here, wages, job security, and benefits. Over to you.
Yeah, at least this is happening at a time of year, Courtney, when people can at least walk around or bike around rather than perhaps the middle of winter. Maybe that's a glass half full perspective. Okay, we'll see how the talks go. That's Courtney Heels live for us this morning.